Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and gals, and YouTubers and team members over at the Cash Now Funnel. This is Ernest Odell with another tutorial by request to show you how to change the images out on the backside of the Power Lead System capture pages that use a background image. We call them wallpapers. Okay, so let me get right into it and start sharing my screen. Get in here and start sharing my screen with you. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to I'm going to go over here to my admin so I can log in. But before I do, we're going to go find us some wallpapers, okay? There's this neat little site called wallpaperaccess.com, okay? I'm on the home decor section, but if I take this out and I just go to the root of their top level domain, you see where they have access to thousands of wallpapers, okay? They're always adding new ones. And if they don't have one, you can always, click on their link and email them and request some. So let's say we want to do something with American muscle cars, okay? And there is some neat pictures of American muscle cars. So let's find something like that. We'll just start here in the middle, okay? And you want to work with images that are somewhere around 1,920 pixels wide. Not much wider than that because it makes it very difficult to upload them. Otherwise, you'll have to use GIMP to scale them down and maintain the aspect ratio. And if you don't know how to do that, then that's just another lesson in a learning curve, okay? So this is a nice picture. You can click here and we're going to wait for it to count down and it's ready. And this is kind of in the way, so I'm going to click on that. And we're going to use the high resolution JPEG. It's usually in a number. Now, when I click on it, it's going to open up for me in my photo editor, which I use Earphone View, okay? And then I'm going to save it. And I want to put it in a folder where I can find it, all right? So let's go back to, let's see, there's American classic cars. I want to make a folder for American muscle cars, right? We're going to call this folder Wallpapers, American muscle cars, all right? It takes just a few seconds for it to render. Seems a little slow when I'm running there, right there. Open up that folder, and we're going to save this as number 20691, Black Chevelle SS. And I don't have to put the JPG extension on here because it'll save it in Earphone View. If you're using another editor, you might have to do that to find it. So I'll go ahead and do it here just to be safe. Now, that's saved, and I'm just going to close that, and I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go back and see if I can't find another one. that perhaps has a little bit more color. There's a Mustang, and here's a Challenger RT, and there's another, looks like a Dodge Challenger, and here's another Dodge Challenger. Let's see, I don't know my cars. That's a Chevy. That's a Chevy SS. There's a Mustang, and there's a Dodge with a Hemi. And of course, that's turned around backwards. What they did is they flipped this horizontally, okay, or flipped it vertically. And here's another one. So let's see about grabbing something like this. This is 1600. Okay, 1600 by 1011. So this is a good download. We don't want to get too big, and we'll just download the full resolution image. Once it completes its download here on the bottom left, we're going to click it and open it up in our editor, and that is the CTX, and we're going to say save as. We're going to put it in the same folder where we were at, assigned it to, and I'm going to add a description to it, and we're going to call it Red CTX. Save it. And we'll go back and close the graphic editor. And let's see, what was that up above it? Okay, that was the gold, looks like a Challenger. And that's a 1920 by 1080. So let's go ahead and download that one too. I'll just download a few here. And open that up. We're not going to change the resolution. We're not going to change the size. Okay, we'll call that like that. Just call it the Gold Challenger. And go through here. And there's another nice one. There's a blue Chevy SS. I like cars with a little color, and I'm especially fond of red, fire engine red, candy apple red, anything with red. Here's a nice black Challenger. Here's a nice red SS, okay, with the Hoosier drag slicks, okay. And this also is a 1920. You don't want to get much bigger than the 1920 wide. So let's download this, save it in our folder, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on the number extension. And we're going to take this and save as. It's saved. Go back over here, close that. And then we're going to come down here and see if there's anything else that kind of grabs our eye. Now, this is not too big. It's a little bit smaller than the 1920 in width, and it would probably work. Here's another 1920 by 1080 free. These are all royalty free. They're free downloads. Here's another 1920. And I've used this one on some pages. This is also a front end grill of an SS. And this is Z91. Here is another green and white SS muscle car. Okay, so there's lots of them here. And here's a 1440. I like, and here's one that's got 1024. Okay, and there's some nice blue ones, 1600. Here's an old GTO that's 2560. It's a little big on the width, and I've tried to use them and import them, and they don't always go in because the resolution is too big and too high. So I've had to scale them down. Here's that big Hemi that's been flipped. It's flipped around. What they did is they reversed it. Okay. And here's an old classic muscle car. Here's another orange and black SS. All right. So you see, I'm down at the bottom of this page. There's, a lot of images that you can find over here at wallpaperaccess.com. Okay. So remember that, and then you come up and search for your favorite theme. You can search for modern homes, and it'll show you some modern home wallpapers. You can look for cash and find different. Here's even Johnny Cash. Okay. Cash and currency, cash money, Bitcoin Cash. If you're promoting something that has Bitcoin Forex, cryptocurrency, you can use some of these backgrounds to kind of attract attention and make it congruent to the theme. Make your theme congruent to the offer. So let me grab this one real quick. It's a 1920 width. That's in pixels. Okay. And we'll just put it in here with the cars. Okay. I'll just put that in here with the cars, save as. And, you could say something like Frank says on the red pages, Cash Now Funnel is better than Bitcoin. Okay. So here we got it. We're going to save it as there. All right. Now let's close out this and go to our page. I'll log into the PLS back office system, and then we're going to go to my web pages. And since I've already got some pages in here that are using backgrounds like this, and if you don't have any pages that use backgrounds, what you can do is go into the training section, go over here to the Power VIP Club. If you're a gold member, you have access. Just create your username and password. Make it the same as your login ID and password. That way it makes it easy to remember. Since I already have access to this, I want to log in with my other ID. I want to move this little thumbnail out of the way. I'm going to say log in and go in under my other account because it's on a WordPress theme. And I'm going to go into share codes, and we're going to go into this share codes. We're not going to use weight loss. And we're going to try to find something that's got a nice little background. Okay. Some of these have backgrounds. I think Franco Gonzalez has some really nice pages in his. Here's a crypto theme. All right. And here's one with a money theme. And here's one that's got a car with a double entry embedded form. So let's go back up to, let's grab this, highlight the capture page share code, right click, copy. All right, we're just going to copy this particular page. And then we're going to go back over to our back office. We're going to go to websites, my sharing codes, scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to plug in that code that we just copied from the VIP Power Club. And we're going to get content under this code. If the content under that code includes an autoresponder, you'll get that too. All right. So if the original creator made an autoresponder to go along with the pages like Frank did for the Cash Now funnel, you'll also get everything under that share code if he has assigned it to the same share code. All right. So here we've got content that I'm sharing with others, and here's content shared with me. And I want to see where is Control F, paste that in there. Where did I put that? Here it is. Okay. So this was put together by Brian Bracken. Okay. And here we have 3 pages that he's put together that we can choose from. Did I just get the scared? I didn't want scared. Let me see. Let me test the link. I may have gotten the wrong code. Oh, yeah, there. Okay. Are you scared of cryptocurrencies? We have a solution for that. I want to understand, and then they put that in there. This is a little bit more difficult. So let me go back and get a different code. Okay. I don't want to use something that's that difficult, you know, for people to use. Let's grab this one here. I think this is the one that I should have used. It's got a little money background, okay? So let's go back to websites, sharing codes, go to the bottom, paste, and do a Control F, paste that in there. And now we've got 21 and 29. So we'll click on that. And it's got one page, all right? So it's just email only. So let's view it and do a Control F, see if I can't find it. Didn't find it. Okay. Let me see if I can't find the VIP LC 21. VIP lead capture number 21. So let me find this, copy that. Then I go back because I'm finding it all in these listings. Now I'll do a Control F, paste, and there it is, okay? When you're working with a lot of pages like I'm doing here, and on this particular account, I don't have as many pages as I do in my old account, okay? So this is going to be a little bit shorter on the number of pages that I have available to go in and change. All right, so I'm going to test this and make sure that this is the one I want to use. Residual income, learn how to generate a monthly residual income in a much faster way online. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's go ahead and let me leave that open for right now. And I'll take this and close that. This is the one that I want to use. So I'm going to copy, click on copy. Now, we're going to make this, we're just going to call it Cash Now Funnel VIP lead capture page number 21. And it's already got a tag in there for the title. We're just going to leave that as is for right now. And we're going to call this, we're going to go ahead and assign it, just we'll call it VIP. Okay. And we're going to change the lead capture page from the one that was assigned to it. We're going to, not lead capture, I'm sorry, but the autoresponder. We're going to switch it over to Frank Calabro's shared funnel for 11 messages. And we're going to switch this page here to the Cash Now LP SP1. And we're not going to put anything here in the description or the keywords just yet. We'll do that some other time. We're going to leave this as is, submit, bring it up, and we see it's already got an image of money in the background. Okay. So if we save that and we view it, now it's at vip.yourwealthachiever.com, which is my subdomain. Okay. And it's using a single opt-in. So that's the one you really want to use. Okay. So let's go back and open it up for edit again. Scroll this down. And let's see where our text is. This is going to be a little bit easier to edit the text and make the text congruent with the offer. You know, so we could change this out. We could overwrite this and say, Cash Now Funnel, you know, create, you know, the $100,000 a year, start for $1, but we'll work on that a little bit. Okay. So I don't need this. Let's go ahead and close that and log out of my VIP club. And we'll leave that open for right now. Okay, so this is going to be a lot easier. I don't have to go into the source code to change and manipulate the text. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight that background image and come up here to the image toolbar, click on that, and that's the path on the PLS server where this particular image resides. But we're going to change that by going into Browse Server, by thumbnail out of the way, go to My Library, and I'm going to click Upload, and I'm going to choose a file. Okay. And then I'm going to go up 1, 2, and here's wallpapers, and go to American Muscle Cars, and let's see. Change this. And let's use the Bitcoin. Okay. Hopefully it's not too big. Well, it is too big. File size is too big. Okay, reduce its size. So I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to choose a different one. Hopefully this will go up. There it is. And because it's highlighted in blue, it's ready to double click and it's 1600, so that's going to be a little big. Let me go back because it's distorted. It's not locked on aspect ratio. Yeah, see, that's distorted. So I'm going to go back and we're going to change this to 1000 by 632. There, that's a little bit better. So that looks a little bit better. Now, if I was to take this and stretch it out a little bit, it won't look so distorted, all right, on the editor. Let's save this and see what it looks like. Okay, I can come up here and do a reload. And it's still a little distorted for that particular resolution on this screen, and it might look distorted. So let's go back and edit. Okay, click that, go back to the image, and we're going to see if that fixes it. I think it's locked now. So it's still, I don't know, it looks a little distorted to me. Okay, let's go back and edit. Click that and put it back to its original size by doing that, and make sure the aspect ratio is locked. Let's go back and look at it. So that's a little bit better, even though it's a little big, okay? Probably better to use it as a little big than to change it, because it tends to distort the width and the height, and it makes it look wider and longer than it really is. Okay, so we'll use this. And then, of course, here you can go in and, you know, change the wording. All right. So I want to make this congruent with one of my other pages. Let's see, do I want to use the text from that or 100 grand a month club? All right, so let's go back to edit. Now I know it's going to look distorted here, but it's not really. Once we get it rendered, let me get this thumbnail out of the way. And we're going to come down here where the text is. And we're going to say something like cash now funnel. Take that out. Collect cash payments. $1 to start. I'm going to right click, copy this, and I'm going to put this into a text file because I'm not going to use it. Because if I copied that with its properties, it would have all the wrong properties. Now I select all copy, and I come back over here, and I can take that out because I really don't need it. All right. And let's see, what are they using here? I want to see what they're using for size. All right, so they don't have it defined, so I'm going to have to be careful manipulating that. Let me just go ahead and paste that in there. Okay, now it sized it down. And what I'm going to do now is size this up a little bit so I can get back up here to see what I'm working on. And I'm going to change the size. I'm not going to mess with the fonts. Okay, let's try 24. It's probably a little bit bigger than 24. 26. Let's go 28 points. And it's almost there. Let's try 36. Okay, probably a little too big. 28. Take that out. Collect cash payments of 20, 25, 30, 50, $1,000. And I want to say $1 to start. And I'm going to take this out right here. I'm going to put an ellipsis on the end of that. Take the white ellipsis out. And then I'm going to come over here and take this out. Collect cash payments of 20, 25, 50, starting now. 24/7, watch video, make money. Okay, very simple. You do not want to mess with this form value here. And you don't want to take too many carriage returns out of this. So let's save this and see what it looks like. I could come up here and do, no, that's not that. That's just where I was stealing copies, scavenging. Let's do a view, preview. Collect cash payments of 20, 25, 50, $1 to start. Watch video. It's pretty much all on one page. I can go in here and change this to bold so that it shows up a little better. All right. So let's go in here and bring this down a little bit and say collect cash. I could bring it up a little bit more in size, but I'm not going to do that. Let's do a bold. Give it some bold attributes. And let's come back here and do a reload. And it's a little easier to read. Okay. This right here, Cash Now Funnel, we can make that bigger. Go back into the editor. Scroll down, bring this down, and we'll highlight this and bring the size up to, that was 36 approximately. So let's go 48. All right. Save. Don't want to get it too big because it'll wrap inside the cell. Okay, so let's go back and see if we can get away with that. Go back and edit. Grab this and back up here and change 48 to 72. See, it gets too big. So let's go back and leave it at 48. All right. And we just save it and look at it. Okay. And now this is ready. So that's how you go and change the image in the background. So if I wanted to make this page, this is the VIP LCP 21. and we're using the red GTX, we can come in here and change the title in the admin panel, red GTX, save, go back to web pages, and now we know that this is the red GTX. So if we wanted to make another copy of this, we could just take this and make this copy and change this copy of, take that out. And let's say modern living room. Okay. And we've got the subdomain VIP on that other one. We'll say VIP lowercase VIP 2. All right. And because we've already assigned the Cash Now funnel autoresponder to it and the sales page, we're going to leave that as is because it carried those values over. We're going to submit that. And now we're working with a different subdomain. Okay. We're going to click that and highlight the image. We're going to go up here, click on Browse Server, go to My Library, Upload, choose File, and then we're going to go up into a different folder. We're going to look for living rooms. All right. And we're going to go for the extra large. So let's look at this one here, modern living room. Hopefully it's not too big. There it is. Double click. And we'll leave it at 1920 by 1200. And now it's changed the image in the background. Okay. We'll save that and take a preview. Now this is VIP 2, your wealth achiever. So it's real fast. Once you get your preliminary work done, you know, and change the text and make it congruent with your offer, changing the background image, you know, from a page that you've already created and then just sharing it, you know, or just, you know, not sharing it, but just copying it over, giving it a different subdomain, give it some different attributes, as long as you don't get too big with the image or too small. If you get too small with the image, you're going to have some dead space in here where your image is not covering the complete background. All right, so you don't want that. So this is, you know, we could change the text on this if we wanted to and say, Cash Now funnel, live the lifestyle you've always dreamed of, and put a nice fancy background on it, collect cash payments, blah, blah, blah. So your free information will be sent to the valid email entered above. So they can take that and we'll put my email address in it. And we're going 7DWU as our authorization. And I want to go ahead and get that. And here we are.
Hello and welcome.
So now we are on the sales page. It's doing its work. It's keyed to my domain, my subdomain, step 1, step 2, and step 3. Okay, so everything works. We've tested it. We go back here and we see contacts. It just came in right here. It's already verified because I've already entered it in a few times, you know. So if I log out of this and I go back and log back in, the system's going to tell me I have a new opt-in. Yes, me, myself, and I. And we're just going to take that and select it, hide it for the next time we log in because we already know about it. And this is the account that I bought from someone else. I just took ownership of it, and I just, took it and I said, okay, I'll scale it up, and I'll take care of the growth on this. So that's it. That will work, and I'm going to go ahead and close out some of these tabs, and we'll get back to the share screen. I'm going to stop sharing. I think there we are. Now we'll stop sharing. Okay. So I hope this has helped Sue down in New Zealand and anybody else that would like to learn how to do this. I didn't want to make this too long. Hopefully I've kept this under 30 minutes. So this is Ernest Odell with another tutorial, how to change the background image on your PLS pages. And if you need another tutorial, just ask me in the group or in the group chat, or put your comments down below. Check the video description. If you haven't signed up with Cash Now, go ahead and sign up on the link below in the description of this video. Sign up and come in and start making some money. We'll help you. And if you have another tutorial that you need, excuse me, got to trim my mustache. That's all, I'm a real person. I'm sitting here drinking my morning coffee. It's about 20 minutes till 8 Central Standard Time. Here in Lubbock, Texas. So if you're down under in Australia or New Zealand or in the UK, you're ahead of me by either 6 hours or up to a day, day and a half. Okay. And just ask me, put a comment down below, subscribe to this channel, click the bell, give me a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithms. This is a new channel. So let's help it grow for the Cash Now team. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next tutorial. This is Ernest Odell signing off.